business. So with that said, though, that plays right into the subject of today, which is how to keep your business organized. So here's how I like to keep our business organized. First of all, we use I'm going to mention a few tools that you can use. First of all, the first tool we use is our Investment Dominator, right? Of course. The Investment Dominator software is the be-all, end-all to land flipping because it's now integrated with a mailing house. Well, it's integrated with a data source. So you get your subscription, you log in, you go get your data right there from the data source. Then you have it right in your system. So you don't have to go do crazy things like get data from over there, send it over here, have it be processed by a processor, then have it bound back, then import it into your system. No, it's already in there. You just go whoop, and it's there. It's already pre-formatted in the way that we need it to be and pre-filtered and selected based on the criteria that we use in our own business. The next thing you want to do then is, now that you want to do that, you send out our letters, right? A lot of real estate is direct mail oriented. So is our land flipping method, our land profit generator method. So now we have, as of last week, we have an integration of our software with a mailing house. So in other words, you want to send out 750, 1,000, 500, whatever the number is, let's say 1,000 letters. You select your 1,000 letters. You go, I want to use this letter. I want to use these records, and I want to use this mailing house. And boom, you can send it over, and you pay for it, and it gets sent out right out of the same system here. So then, so now you have that sent out. Now, phone calls comes in, obviously our system is works with where we have a call center that we work with that is actually trained in how to use our system, so they can put it in directly in there. And then as it moves to the different stages in our software, and you can visibly see as it starts over here, then it moves over there, then it moves over there, then it moves over there as the files go through it, right? But now let's do things like, so you make your offers and then you move it into a different stage, and then the offers is accepted, and then you move it in a different stage, you start doing your due diligence. So we have checklists and things, it's all in there. But then one aspect of keeping your business organized is always has to do with a calendar. Now, the Investment Dominator, our software, also has a calendar, right? Has a calendar, has reminders on the calendar, has tasks, right? Our team is developing functionality right now that allows you to actually assign tasks to other team members. You can say like, okay, I'm the head of the company here. I have 2 VAs. I need this VA to do this. So you can assign it to that one and assign it to that one, assign this to that one, set certain deadlines and so on. So you can keep your team organized all throughout that same software, right? So is that cool or what? So if you don't know about that yet, then contact us. Call our office at 602-712-0182, right? Call our office at 602-712-0182. Talk to one of our concierges to see they can get you into that software, right? But the other part is like, what do you do with all the documentation? So you're taking pictures of the property, right? You've gotten some research documents on there. You've gotten perhaps copies of deeds. You're now in escrow. The title company sends you a title commitment, sends you additional documents, sends you closing docs and things like that. So where do you keep those documents? Well, the easiest thing is you attach them to your file, to your property in the Investment Dominator too. So you use that software, which is a SaaS software as a service, which means it resides in the clouds, which means that if your computer dies, then you just bring up a new computer, or you bring up your phone and you log on to the system right there and then, and you have access to everything from anywhere in the world, as long as you know obviously how to get to your, you just log on and you need your login and password, right? We also keep an additional file though, right? Because as stuff comes in, we don't immediately typically put it all on the Investment Dominator, because sometimes what happens is, guess what? You get a title commitment in, you get the closing documents in, you get pictures in, you get things in from, let's say, a realtor that does some research for you or that you hired. You have a listing agreement for the property. So what we typically also do to keep our business organized, and you want to do the same thing, is we have an account with Dropbox.com. So we use Dropbox.com. You can also use Box.com. You can use other services like that out there. Really, whatever you use, Apple, you use an Apple-based, iCloud or something like that. I don't know exactly. I only use iCloud for my pictures on my phone. But we use Dropbox.com. And for some things, we also use Box.com. So Dropbox.com is really, really cool in that it is, again, a SaaS-based, web-based kind of storage place that you can store your files through. But the other part that's really cool, some people also use Google Drive. You can obviously use that too. And you get a free account for up to like, I don't know, a few gigabyte worth of stuff. So for most land flippers, a free account with Dropbox is just fine. A free account with Google Drive is just fine, right? A free account with Box.com is usually just fine. So you use that, and what you create is you create a hierarchical structure. So for example, we create we have a structure where we keep all the files for our properties based on a property naming convention that we have. That includes like which state that property is in and which county that property is in. So you can have, say, like, hey, you're working on properties in I don't know, in Pennsylvania. So you go a Pennsylvania folder, and underneath that you have the county or the township or whatever it's called over there, right? Or let's say Florida, you have the Florida as a state and your Florida as a county, and then underneath that you have the different properties that you that you're working with, right? And then underneath that, you put all the details for it. And typically what we do is we have a purchasing file under that property and a sale file under that property. So you create a folder for purchasing and a folder for sale. And that's where you keep a lot of your archive information on there. Now, again, from there, so typically when something comes in from a title company, I'll just take it, the attachment, and go file, save as, and I save it over there. Right? And then something comes in from a realtor. I go file, I go right click on the actual PDF or on the image or on the picture or whatever it is, and I go save it over there. Our team does it, saves it over there. So that's our archive from there. But then from there, whoever's in charge of the file, whoever is your acquisition manager or sales manager, or if you do this all yourself, you then also want to make sure that you attach the most critical documents to the actual file in the Investment Dominator. Right? Because now Dropbox is safe because it has an archive, and if by mistake you delete something, you can go back and look it up again and recover it. We just had that happen. One of our team members by mistake deleted a whole bunch of stuff, and back in March, and we didn't need it until now. So now we looked for it, we couldn't find it, and so our head of IT went in there and he was able to find it and just restore it back from March. That's the beauty of having these external SaaS systems, right? So therefore, have something like that, but then load the most important documents of that, load them onto the Investment Dominator, the stuff that you need to have access to, like a purchase agreement. If you're traveling, somewhere out in I don't know, you're traveling around the world or around the country, and you're in closing on a deal, and you only have your phone with you, then you can just go and pull it up on your phone and email it to them from your Investment Dominator. If you have your laptop with you, you can do that too. Now, and again, Dropbox can also be accessed virtually from anywhere, but it's just nice to be able to have it. If you have a virtual assistant that perhaps doesn't get access to all these Dropbox files, but only has access to the Investment Dominator, then you put the documents up there that you want that person to have access to. And therefore, if you need something against like, hey, VA, whoever it is, Mike, Jim, Susie, whatever your VA's name is, and say like, hey, could you take this document and thing and email it over to the title company? They need it. Right? And so on and so forth. So we have everything in there.
If you like this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also for additional training, just go over to the website listed in the description below.